Here's the story of the Ferris wheel. It starts with George Washington Gale Ferris. He was out to make an observation wheel in 1893 for the Chicago Fair. Many considered this too big and too risky of a venture, especially when he had only 22 weeks to finish it before the fair. This amazing observation wheel was going to cost $750,000. And while at the fair, it was a tremendous success. It was there 2 years. And although it brought in a lot of people and a lot of money to the fair, the wheel proved to be a financial disaster for George. He passed away at age 37, losing absolutely everything. The wheel was then sold for scrap for $1,800. But the wheel was meant to rise again. And it did. It was sent to the St. Louis Fair in 1904. It took a total of 175 freight cars to bring the Ferris wheel to St. Louis. The wheel was absolutely enormous. It stood 264 feet tall. It weighed 4,000 tons. Now, there were 36 enclosed compartments on the wheel, and each of these compartments were the size of a freight car. They were able to hold 60 people apiece, so that the total amount of people that could ride the observation wheel at one time was 2,160. The cost of the ticket for the Ferris wheel was 50 cents, and that 50 cents would give you a 20-minute ride. Because of safety concerns, the axle was actually built 6 times larger than it needed to be. However, in an 80-mile-an-hour wind, that would only account for a half-inch sway in the wheel. After the fair, the owner tried to sell the Ferris wheel to Coney Island, and they didn't want to take it, and there was really no place to store this wheel, so it ended up being dynamited for scrap in May of 1906. And it took a long time for all of this to be cut up and sorted, but there's always been a mystery of whatever happened to the 70-ton axle. No one really knows, and no one's really seen it. So that is still an ongoing mystery.